it's hard to accept that it's time to go. Your friendship has never been more important to all of us. But the future of Downton Abbey is now in Mary's hands.
He will be a sensation.
TV characters say their goodbyes in Downton Abbey, the grand finale, one of few new movies I'll be reviewing this week on CJ at the Movies, along with the 41-year-old sequel to This Is Spinal Tap, a look into the world of paramedics, and a new film version of a Stephen King book. I'm Christopher Zweig. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Downton Abbey, the grand finale, the third and final film version of the popular PBS series. As the sequel begins, Mary, played by Michelle Dockery, who is set to take over Downton, is now divorced, and that makes the papers. High society might see her as an outcast, but not her parents, Hugh Bonneville and Elizabeth McGovern, nor her sister Edith, played by Laura Carmichael.
That is what's happened. Now we must just get on with it.
What about her running Downton? Don't you want her in command?
The world is changing. The way we talk, the way we dress, the way we deal with each other.
Surely you're entitled to have some fun.
Her uncle Henry, played by Paul Giamatti, arrives to inform the family of their financial troubles thanks to his foolishness. An option might be to sell Granham House.
Families like ours must keep moving to survive. And all of your support is more important to me than I can say.
Watching Downton Abbey, the grand finale, come to its conclusion as a film feels the same as a great TV show reaching the end of its point. You always want to go back to the beginning of the series and binge watch. You must appreciate how its alumni are able to ease into their TV characters and transition them on film, and you must appreciate how creator Gillian Fellows wants them to develop as people. I still have some processing to do with some of the characters, but I've grown to appreciate them more through the years. The costumes are still vibrant towards the time period of the 1930s, the dialogue is smart, and there's a certain kind of charm that's impossible to resist. Our next movie is another sequel called Spinal Tap II, The End Continues, which is the 41-year-old sequel to Rob Reiner's 1984 mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap. Christopher Guest is back as Nigel Tufnell, Michael McKean is David St. Hubbins, and Harry Shearer is Derek Smalls, all of whom are members of the fake rock band Spinal Tap, and Reiner is also back as the documentarian Marty DeBerge, who is trying to figure out why they went their separate ways.
A lot has happened since the last time I saw you.
Crypto!
Have you been playing music at all?
I play music at a pub.
They all reunite for a concert show in New Orleans where they would continue to satirize the music genre and even allow appearances by Elton John and Paul McCartney, among others.
What we need to do is secure your legacy. If during the gig, at least one, but ideally no more than two of you were to die,
would you settle for a coma?
Oh, no, that's interesting.
You know?
That's a great bit of thinking outside, well, the literal box, I suppose, actually.
Yeah.
Not all the jokes land, and we don't get much narrative from the fake band, but we do see Spinal Tap surviving the 2020s without trying to cater to today's audience. Guest McKean, Shearer, and Reiner all still deliver the energy and comedy, and Reiner still does a good job behind the camera. Spinal Tap II, The End Continues doesn't reach to 11, but it does reach to 7, which is good enough for me and any fan of the original. Next up, The Long Walk, the latest movie based on Stephen King's book, which happens to be the first one he has written, not the first one published. It takes place presumably between the 60s and 70s in an alternate America where the only source of finances comes within a walking contest that requires walkers to walk at a speed of 3 miles per hour. Only one will win, but if you stop or get Charlie horse or a serious illness or have to take a dump, you get 3 warnings and a bullet to the head.
Warning! Okay, just keep walking. That's right. Just keep walking.
Second warning. Third warning.
It takes heavy sack to sign up for this contest.
The cast includes Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson from Alien Romulus as the main walkers who share the most connection, and Mark Hamill plays the sadistic major whose words of motivation shouldn't fool you.
Walk until there's only one of you left. Who's ready to win?
I don't have much to lose. I have everything to gain, and that's why I'm here.
The Long Walk was directed by Francis Lawrence, who has made Hunger Games sequels and prequels, but this movie is rated R, so expect walkers to get injured and killed, sometimes gruesomely and other times quick to the head. But it also takes a lot of chances, uses the ambiance of the outside to try to distract us from the fact that this is a horror movie, and allows the actors to deliver the poetic values of what this world has come to. These walkers will be dealing with rain, steep hills, and bodily functions, and given the guns, it's quite challenging. Long after my viewing of The Long Walk, I definitely need a foot massage. And our last movie is Code 3, which is a different kind of working comedy. In fact, it shares its dark and funny side to paramedics and how they don't get the kind of respect they deserve. The movie stars Rainn Wilson, aka Dwight Schrute, as a paramedic who is at the end of his rope with the lack of appreciation from society and the stress of people dying on his watch. He and his partner, Laurel Howery, are on a 24-hour shift with a new trainee played by Amy Carrero.
Why are you here?
Because I want to save lives. But you have people's lives in your hands. How can you not care?
I'm burning out, and the whole system is broken.
The writer, Patrick Pienza, used to be a paramedic for 12 years, and both he and his brother conceived the premise as a short film, which got extended into a feature film, and they and director Christopher Leon acknowledged that the main paramedic would eventually reach a breaking point in his career.
I'm quitting. That's it. I'm out of here.
Please don't go out like this.
You gonna miss me? We're just co-workers, man. You act like I'm like your best friend. Damn it, I'm his best friend.
I compliment Code 3 for the way it goes for realism and uses cursing in an honest sense, and instead of going for that mean-spirited approach in the genre, it likes to take the job seriously and sneak in comedy when it chooses. Some of the jokes do have to resort to vomiting, but others speak about the challenges of reality and how Wilson and Howery comment on them is really funny. Code 3 doesn't curse to be funny, it curses to be honest, and it couldn't be more honest about paramedics and their realities. Recapping this week's new movies, thumbs up for Downton Abbey, the grand finale. Thumbs up for Spinal Tap II, The End Continues. Thumbs way up for The Long Walk. And thumbs up for Code 3. Well, those are the new movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe and I'll see you at the movies.